For this tutorial, you will need 2 skeins of I Love This Cotton yarn. This skein has 153 yards, so you will be needing 2 of them. You will also need a pair of scissors and then a 4mm crochet hook. To begin, you will create a slip knot, so you'll take the end piece of your yarn here. You'll fold it over like this. You'll twist over, and then in this little loop here, you will grab the shorter end and then you will pull through. Alright, so you created a slip knot. You'll just make that a little bit smaller there. You will grab your hook, insert your hook through that loop, make it a little bit tighter there on the hook. And to begin, you will chain. So what you will do is you will go under the yarn. You'll yarn over is what this is called. So whenever I say yarn over, this is what you will be doing. You will go under the yarn, grab it and hook it, and then pull that piece of yarn through the loop there that is on the hook. And then now you have another loop on the hook there. So that's one chain you created. So to chain again, we will yarn over, so we'll go under the yarn, even though it's yarn over. I know it's kind of confusing. But you will go under the yarn there, hook it, and then pull it through the loop that's already on the hook, and then now you have a new loop on the hook. So you just created a second chain there. So what you will do is you will create 62 of these chains. You will yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, and pull through. So you will create 62 of these chains. I'm going to do the majority of them off camera. Okay, so I am back and I created 62 chains. And to know you did it right is it kind of looks like a braid, or it looks like 2 V's, or a V intersecting into the next V. So that's how you know you did it right, is it looks similar to this. So I have a full strand of chains here at 62. So to kind of break down what this is the start of your beanie. It's the length of your beanie. So it's the length and brim. So you'll fold over the brim there, and this is kind of how long your beanie will be, if you will. So then also 60 of the chains is the actual length, and that's the actual stitches that we'll be creating. 2 of these chains are just kind of like a working up chain. So what you'll do is you'll skip over those first 2 chains, and then you'll create a double crochet into that 3rd chain there. To create a double crochet is you'll yarn over, so you'll go under the yarn there, and you will have this strand over the hook there. Insert your hook in that 3rd chain, then you'll yarn over again, so you'll go under the yarn, hook it, and then pull it through the chain. So now you have 3 little loops on the hook there. So what you'll do is you'll yarn over again, so you'll go under the yarn and hook it, that's yarn over, and then with these 2 loops here, you're just going to go through the first 2. So you'll yarn over and pull through 1 and 2. So now you have 2 loops on the hook. To finish out the double crochet, you'll yarn over again, so you'll go under the yarn, hook it, and then pull it through the last 2 loops on the hook, which leaves you with 1 left. So you just created a double crochet. So that's 1 double crochet and then the chain 2 on the side there. So in the next chain you'll create a double crochet, so you'll yarn over, insert your hook through that chain, yarn over, pull through the first chain there so that you have 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over, pull through the next 2 loops on the hook, which leaves you with 2 left on the hook, 2 loops. Yarn over again and pull through the last 2 loops. So now you have another double crochet into the next chain there. So you'll just do that again into all of the chains. I'll show you guys one more time. Yarn over, insert your hook into the next chain, yarn over, pull through, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops on the hook, 2 loops on the hook there, yarn over and pull through the last 2. So you'll just continue with that until you have 1 double crochet into each chain all along. And then you should have 60 double crochets all together, and again you won't count that 2 double crochets there on the end. We'll just kind of act like that doesn't exist. And then to count the double crochets, you can see on the top there how it's kind of like a V intersecting the next V there. So that's how you can count it as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so I'll meet you back once you have 60 double crochets. So now that you have 60 double crochets, what you will do is chain up 2. So you will yarn over, you'll go under the yarn, hook onto the yarn there, and pull through the loop onto the hook. And you'll do that twice, so you'll chain up 2. You will turn your work. For this row, what we're going to do is double crochet into the back loop only. So what that means is typically when you start a new stitch, you'll work into the full stitch there. So basically you'll go into the full V. But what I want to do on this row, and what we'll do pretty much on the whole hat here, is work into the back stitch only. So what that means is each stitch has this V on the top there, and that's 1 stitch. So instead of going into both of them, working into the back stitch, you'll just isolate that back part of the V, and that's the only part you'll work into, and then you'll leave this front one exposed. So for the next double crochet, or for this first one right here, we will work into this V right there, or the 3rd V down, 3rd stitch down. So 2 chains, and then we'll work into that stitch. So we're going to create another double crochet. So we'll yarn over, insert our hook through the back loop only, yarn over, pull through, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2 of the loops, then you have 2 loops on the hook, yarn over again, pull through the last 2. We just created a double crochet into the back loop only. We'll do that again. We'll yarn over, instead of going into the full stitch there, you'll work into the back loop only, yarn over, pull through the back loop, yarn over, pull through the next 2 loops, 2 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through the next 2. Okay, so we'll just do that again for this whole row. Just work into the back loop only. Okay, and then as you can see, it's starting to create this kind of tiered effect, like kind of a ribbed, if you will. So that row looks kind of like it's set back further than this first row. That's the look that we're going for. So I will meet you guys back once you guys have finished out this row. Just create 1 double crochet into the back loop only. Okay, so I have just created 60 double crochets into the back loop only. And this is what it should be looking like. Okay, so essentially you're just going to create that same row. So what you will do is chain up 2. So you'll yarn over, pull through the loop, yarn over, pull through the loop, turn your work, work a double crochet into the back loop only. So we'll work into that 3rd stitch right there. So skip over that first 2 chains, yarn over, work into that back loop only, yarn over, pull through, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. You have 2 left on the hook, yarn over and pull through the last 2. So I'm sure you guys know how to do the double crochet by now. So you'll just insert 1 double crochet into the back loop only on each stitch. So next you will just create 40 rows. So we've just created the first 2 rows together and we are working on the 3rd one. So what you will do is work it up until you have 40 rows and then I will meet you back. Okay, so I just finished doing 40 rows. So what you're going to do is you're going to fold this piece on top of each other like that. You're going to put your hook back onto the loop there. Alright, so now that you have it folded in half, you have 2 of the ends together there. So what you're going to do, you're going to reach behind and find that first double crochet. You're going to go into the top of it, insert your hook, then you're going to yarn over. So you're going to go under the yarn, hook it, and then pull through the stitch there that you just inserted your hook through and the loop on the hook there. Okay? So you're just basically going to slip stitch these sides together. So I'll show you another slip stitch. So we'll go into the next double crochet there. You'll insert your hook. You will look to the back here and find the correlating stitch. So you'll find the second one there, insert your hook into the second stitch. So now that your hook is through both of the stitches there, you will yarn over. So you'll go under the yarn, hook it, and then pull through both of the stitches there. So then you have 2 loops on the hook. You aren't going to do anything else except for pull this loop right here through this loop. Alright, so that's a slip stitch. And then it leaves you 1 loop on the hook. So then you're going to insert your hook through the 3rd stitch there, go to the back, find the 3rd stitch, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through both of those stitches. You have 2 loops on the hook, then you'll pull that first loop through the second one. And then you will just continue that method. So you'll find that double crochet, insert your hook at the top, go to the back piece there, see how this one, we just worked into that one, so we'll go into the next one. Yarn over, pull through both of the stitches, 2 loops on the hook, pull the first loop through the second one. So I will show you a few. Alright, so you'll just slip stitch the 2 sides together and then I will meet you back. Okay, so I just finished slip stitching the top there, so now it's all closed and it's basically just a giant tube right now. Okay, so what we'll do is you will cut a long tail because we will be sewing in part of this beanie, so you need a very long tail, or not very long, but about that long there. So to close it off, So we'll get this strand out of the way there. We'll pull that to the side. So to basically tie this off or end it, you'll just yarn over and then pull through, and then just keep pulling through and then pull tightly. And I know that may seem like that's not going to hold, but it will. I mean, I've created so many crochet projects, and that has never came undone. If you are worried about it, you can double knot these two strands together for added security. So you will take a yarn needle here. All right, and then you'll feed the yarn through the eye there. So you will fold your piece in half like this. See, here's my strand. And you're just going to kind of eyeball it. So directly across from this strand here that is attached to your yarn needle, you will insert your needle through the opposite side there, just on any random top stitch. So what we will do is kind of pedal this in. So now that it's attached right there, this side right here, and then you have one over here. So we'll start with one side. So we will pedal it in, like I said, like a flower. So we'll just kind of smush the middle into the center part right there. So then you'll insert your hook through that part. So we have two little petals, if you will, right now. So then we'll do the same to this side. So we will pedal it in. We will take the middle part and kind of smush it in the middle there. Take our yarn needle, go through the top stitch of the middle part there on the side, and pull it in. So you can see we have like 4 petals, if you will, like 4 little loops. So we'll pedal it in again like a flower. So you'll choose one, you'll take the middle part there, you'll smush it in, insert your yarn needle through the top stitch there, pull tight, and then you'll go to the next petal, take the middle part of it, smush it in, yarn needle goes through the top stitch there, pull it tight. All right, so as you can see, the petals are getting smaller there. So we have 2 more larger petals left, so we'll take the middle part, take our yarn needle, put it through the middle there, pull tight. All right, we have 1 more, so we'll go to the middle of it, insert your hook through, or insert your needle through the top stitch there, pull it in tight. All right, so then now you have all the tiny petals left. So what you'll do is you'll go through and pick up all the rest of them. So this is what your piece should be looking like. We're essentially just cinching in one side of it. All right, so now you're just going to, so now there should be 8 little petals left. So you'll go through and find the little petals. See, like there's one. So you'll insert your hook, or insert your needle through the top stitch, and then you'll pull it in. And then you'll just go around, insert your needle through the top of the petal there, and cinch it in. And you'll just go around and you'll grab the remaining of them. So there's another one. Grab it in. You'll go to the next one, there's the next petal, go to the middle top part of it, and then pull it in. And then you'll go all the way around until all of them are cinched in. A trick is to insert your hand into the middle of it. Then you can kind of push out these little remaining spaces, pull them in, slightly turn it, find the next one. Okay, so now that you feel like you grabbed all the petals and it's all cinched in, what you'll do is insert your needle through the middle of it. Put your hand inside of it to find the needle. Pull it all the way through. Pull tight, and then you're going to reverse it. You're going to turn it inside out there. Alright, so now you have both of these strands. You're going to double knot it. And then you're just going to tie in your loose strands. You're just going to weave them in into the stitches there. And then you have just finished your beanie.